Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Norman Tuttenauer, Chief Business Officer at NoTraffic, to discuss transforming low-tech infrastructure to support modern demands. Norman, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Hey, Jill. Thanks for having me here.
All right, and Norman, you can see behind me we're in Times Square. So for those of us commuting from New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, this is a topic that we are certainly interested in. And we're also seeing a concerning rise in traffic deaths. In fact, the highest increase since the 1940s. What do you think is behind these numbers?
There's a couple of interesting things that happened during the pandemic. Okay, one of the things is a lot of the traffic systems that are in play today are based on historical information. Now, those historical numbers are worthless because of the COVID pandemic when the paradigms changed completely. So a lot of the systems that used to provide pretty accurate information are no longer doing that. There are some other interesting things that happened. So for example, COVID kept many older and more cautious drivers home, and a lot of the younger drivers are out there. COVID lowered the police coverage, that's another thing. And the pandemic caused, when there's less traffic, then there's a false sense of security on the roads. So bikers and kids and pedestrians feel safer, and they're not.
Yes, we live by Route 78 in New Jersey, and it was like a speedway. That was one of the first things that I had noticed. So what can we do to address this and help improve safety on our roads?
Yeah, so what's really important is to understand that the cars, what's running on the infrastructure today is moving at really advanced pace. The technology is advancing really quickly, but the infrastructure itself is basically doing what it's been doing for the past 50 years. And we need to take some steps to introduce some advanced technologies into the infrastructure itself in order to create, to address the safety. So for example, if we can look at intersections and predict where the red light runners are going to be, or if we can look and say, hey, there's a wrong way driver right here, then we can suddenly do things at a real-time basis that we couldn't even dream of doing 10 or 15 years ago.
How do autonomous traffic management systems work?
So there are a lot of different, autonomous means a lot of things to a lot of people, but basically autonomous means that there's communication between the various intersections, and they can look at information in real time and make real-time adjustments to the traffic flows. So our system at NoTraffic, what we do is we run basically millions of micro simulations at every given intersection all the time. We project what's going to happen 2 minutes ahead. And then because we have communications between the intersections, we actually combine the algorithms and find the best way to move the traffic flow and move that forward. So that's how ours works, and it's pretty advanced.
Where is the NoTraffic platform currently active in the United States?
So the biggest installations that we have today are in Arizona, in California, in Texas, and Pennsylvania. We have a number of trials and pilots running in other states as well.
And how will we see this technology grow in the next few years?
So what's going to happen is as the results, for example, some of the results we're showing that we can cut the vehicle queues by half a mile to a mile. We reduce wait times for pedestrians by 15 to 30 seconds. We cut the travel time along the main roadways by 60% and wait time at traffic signals by half. Okay, so as these get more and more prevalent, then I think the traffic planners in the cities will see, wow, this is really a good thing, and start to move things. There's also quite a bit of money flowing into the infrastructure today that wasn't there in the past. So the agencies are more adventurous in the way that they're looking to spend that money and to actually increase it, not only safety but also reduce the CO2 emissions, and also improve safety, reduce CO2 emissions, and reduce the congestion. So those three are key in whatever we do today in making the infrastructure safer and more advanced.
Well, that certainly is good news for us, especially in the metropolitan area. Norman, it was great to meet with you. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.